It's a May 20th, 2020 regularly scheduled Planning Commission meeting. Do the Pledge of Allegiance. Lloyd, you want to do it?
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If anyone here would like to speak, you could fill out a slip and bring it up and give it to that lovely young lady up front, and she'd be happy to take it. If you have a cell phone, if we could please put it into the silent mode, we'd appreciate that. Okay, could we get a roll call, Chris?
Commissioner Wolf. Commissioner Rexstad.
Here.
Commissioner Markarian. Commissioner Fellens. Commissioner Fellens.
Here.
Commissioner Brzee.
Here.
Vice Chair Work.
Present.
And Chair Al Gower.
Here. Thank you. Okay, do we have any public comments, Ben?
There were no public slips for items not on the agenda, and then no written comments were received by the 3 o'clock deadline as listed on the agenda, so no public comment.
Okay, thank you. With that, we'll move to the consent agenda. And at the consent agenda, we do have that sign. We could approve that at this point in time without discussion
Wait,
or with discussion.
I think you need to do the minutes before that.
So the consent item includes both the minutes and the sign, and the Plan Commission may pull one for a presentation or approve both as part of the consent item approval.
For both.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion that,
You want to do the minutes?
that we approve the minutes and the
Consent agenda
consent
one?
agenda, yes.
I second.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Lloyd, motion. Chris seconded. Any discussion?
I'm
Okay.
invisible.
Huh?
I'm invisible. Nothing, go ahead.
All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, we'll do a roll call vote for the approval.
oh, that's right, we gotta go through.
We have to do a roll call on that?
Yeah, that way it's easier,
Okay.
given the teleconference.
Chris?
Is this for just consent item
The
number
consent
one?
agenda and the minutes.
So both.
Oh, so both.
1 and 2.
Oh, 1 and 2. Okay. Commissioner Wolf. Commissioner Rexstad.
Yes.
Commissioner Markarian.
Yes.
Commissioner Fellens.
Yes.
Commissioner Brzee.
Yes.
Vice Chair Work.
Yes,
And Chair Al Gower.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, with that, we'll just move on to case, is that Angel Ramirez case? That what we're gonna? Case number 20-003, a revision to the CUP.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. The applicant, Angel Ramirez, on behalf of Expressway Tires, has submitted to us case number 20-003, which is the revision to the previously approved conditional use permit, case number 13-132, to change the use from automotive repair and audio installation to a retail tire and installation service, and also to modify the hours of operation to be open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The project is located on the southeast corner of Bryant Street and Acacia Avenue at 35321 Acacia Avenue. The project site is located just outside of the Uptown Business District. The vacant western parcel is actually the boundary for the Uptown District. The subject property is zoned as General Commercial, CG. The subject site is just 0.26 of an acre and is improved with a 3,232 square foot commercial structure. The surrounding uses, there are a couple vacant parcels to the west and the north, and then also a couple single residences also to the north and to the east. And then there is the 7-Eleven convenience store to the south. Previously approved actions on August 17th, 2005, for case number 05-081, the conditional use permit, the planning commission approved the 3,232 square foot structure that's there today, and it was approved to be used for a retail auto paint store. It used to be Smitty's Auto Paint. And with that, the floor plan was divided where the 2,236 square feet was dedicated for sales area and 996 square feet of warehouse/storage area. It had an L-shaped design, and then it shares a common wall with the convenience store to the south. On December 18th, 2013, case number 13-132, the Planning Commission approved revisions to the original conditional use permits, which changed the use from general retail to automotive repair. The floor plan then was changed to reflect that altered use to have 499 square feet of sales area, 996 square feet of warehouse storage area, so the warehouse and storage area has remained consistent, and then 1,640 square feet of service area / auto bays. And then for the building facade, there were a couple of roll-up doors that were added in addition to the existing roll-up door, and then some specific hours of operations were established at that Planning Commission hearing. For this current proposal, the applicant is proposing to modify the land use from automotive repair, which is repair services class 3, to retail tire and installation services, which is repair services 2. It should be noted that if this was just for the change of use between the automotive repair to the tire installation service, they would not be required to acquire land use entitlement because it is in the same land use class and is actually the lesser of the two classes. The reason why they had to come before you guys today is because they are changing the hours of operation, which was specified as a condition of approval. The current hours of operation are from Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then closed on Sundays. And the applicant is proposing to make it open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then open on Sunday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. There is no change or expansion to the existing structure that is proposed at this time. The left photo shows looking south on Acacia Avenue. That was a current photo. And then the one on the right is an image that I pulled from Google Maps from March of 2018. Notices were sent to the surrounding property owners within a 300-foot radius, and 5 written comments were received at that time. Of the comments that received, all of them voiced concerns regarding visibility and safety from overparking along Acacia Avenue. To address these concerns, there have been some conditions that have been added to try to mitigate the overparking onto the public right-of-way. A no parking here to corner sign is to be installed on the street frontage that is west of the existing driveway approach. And then a condition of approval has also been added that requires that all employees of the tenant must park on site and not on the public right-of-way. There is existing on the north side of Acacia. There are already no parking here to corner signs. So along the whole portion of in front of the business, it'll say no parking here to corner, and then also west of the driveway approach. In addition to the concerns regarding visibility and safety, 2 of the comments that were received raised concerns regarding the previous automotive repair uses and their loud noises that were emanating from the business. The maximum decibel level for general commercial property is 60 decibels. If at any time if that were to exceed the 60 decibels, then they would be subject to code enforcement action. And then also to try to attenuate the noise concerns, a condition of approval has been added that requires that all repair activities to occur entirely within the existing service bays, and then they may only conduct their operations during the specified hours. At this time, staff is asking that the Planning Commission review the revised conditional use permits, and if the revisions are acceptable, approve case number 20-003, subject to the conditions of approval as contained in the agenda report, and also findings A through D. And at this time, staff is open for questions.
Okay, thank you. Anyone have any questions for staff at this time? Seeing none, do we have anybody to speak on this?
We did receive one public comment, request slip from Mary Westerland.
Can I remove this while I speak? I see others don't. It's hard enough to walk with one of those.
Oh. Okay.
Good evening, Planning Commission and city staff. My name is Mary Westerland. I'm here to speak on behalf of my father, who lives in the community there. His name is Albert Twilliger, and he's lived in that house for 49 years. So when I'm here to talk about the same thing that you had concerns from the other people that wrote in. I didn't get this notice until Friday, so I didn't have time to write in. But our concern is about the traffic, and I understand now that you have signs. I didn't see those signs there. I only go up there on the weekend, so where are the signs located?
They're located on the north side of Acacia Avenue. So if you were to look at this sign right here
I see
further
it.
down, they're kind of lined down that street.
And on the south side of the street?
And on the south side, there is no parking here to corner right now, but it's proposed to add one just west of the driveway approach. So from the driveway approach to Bryant Street is where the no parking here to corner sign will be added.
Okay, and if that condition is fulfilled, I think all of our problems would be taken care of, because having traffic or parking all the way up, and also on Auburn, they parked on Auburn before, and it was a dangerous site for my dad to maneuver through, and for two cars to pass even. So the hours that are being proposed, I understand that businesses have to be open every day. It's very difficult to not get any reprieve, though. So I wish them all the success, and having a lot of cars there means a lot of money being made. I understand that. But the residents, because this is so close to a dense residential area, I just feel like they need a reprieve at least on Sunday. So I ask that you consider that at least you give them that day. I understand that they want to lengthen their hours, and believe me, I understand business, and we need all the business that we can get in the city. So, you know, I appreciate that, but I really, because this is so close to all of the residences, we'd like just a little reprieve on Sunday for when we leave for church and come back. It's just really difficult with all the traffic there. Thank you.
Thank you. Was that it, Ben?
That was the only speaker slip received.
Right. With that, we'll close the public comment and move to the commissioners. Did the applicant wish to make a? Just state your name and that for our records, please.
Yes, I'm the co-owner of Expressway Tires, family owned. Me and my brother own it, and been in business for about 8 years now in the city of Paris. And yeah, I mean, I listened to everything that the lady was saying, and I understand that also. But Sundays for us is very, very important to keep the bills paid, rent paid, and employees paid. So, you know, and it's real convenient for customers as well. You know, they a lot of times they order tires by phone or stop by real quick when they don't have a lot of time, and then they come on Sundays and get their tires installed. So as far as just, economics is involved, it's very important to us. And it's pretty much a no-go if we don't get that Sunday. It'll be a lot of financial burden on the business. Okay, and thank you again.
Okay, anybody, commissioners have any questions for
Yes.
her? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
With that, let's move to the commissioners. Commissioners, any questions or comments here?
Well, I know that from the previous, I guess it was a tenant. I thought it was the owners that built that, but apparently not. There was a big problem with parking. I noticed that just driving
Yeah.
by the site, that it was crazy how many cars were there. So, if that's been taken care of, which you got off-street park, I mean, it has to be off the street, is that right?
Correct. Employees for the tenant have to park on site.
On site. And what about, I mean, cars that they're going to be working on?
Any sort of service that's being worked on for any sort of vehicles have to be located within the service bays.
Okay. And at night, if they have cars there, they have to go inside?
Correct. There can be no outside storage.
No outside? Okay.
And there was the one comment about painting that curb red. Did you have seen that?
So that is fulfilled with the no parking here to corner sign. So I mean, it essentially take that portion, and it would almost be as if it's painted red, but it's attenuated by the no parking sign.
Okay.
The red curb itself is actually for a fire lane, and so that has its own separate requirements. But in this case, it would still have the condition limiting parking to meet that requirement without having some of the additional administrative burden for a specific fire lane.
Okay. And there's no traffic issue going up Acacia there? I mean, do we have any kind of a study? Would that affect that neighborhood with traffic?
So the roadway itself right now is built to the ultimate design for the subject property. So as the curb face for the roadway itself was completed as part of the development of this particular project, if a person developed the other side of the street, then they would be required to do those street improvements, but at least the street width is wide enough to accommodate 2 vehicles. And then certainly vehicle parking now with the omission of that no parking to curb sign.
Okay. Any other comments from our commissioners?
What is the capacity, the parking capacity in between the bays and the parking lot itself? I mean, it just looks like it's not that much, but maybe I'm not interpreting it correctly.
So there are 13 parking spaces, which are inclusive of the auto bays.
Okay.
Chris, Kathy, are you there?
I'm here. I don't see the, I think the traffic being less, and my only concern was the residential streets. But if it's zoned for that, I think the traffic is going to be less as it was presented. I don't have any issue. The other issue is noise. I don't know how we're going to enforce the noise if they have tire machinery versus a regular shop. But those are my only concerns.
Okay. Kathy, you have any comment?
No, I'm good. I think I even agree with one of the people who had a comment here, how they think that this particular business won't be as busy as the previous business. So I think this should be able to accommodate everything better than the previous business.
I think the owners are hoping it'll be busier, but I could be wrong.
So do we have some kind of a motion? Lloyd, you said you were making a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve case number 20-003, revisions and conditional use permits and recommendations A through D.
I'll second.
We have a second by Nee, so do we have any further discussion?
I just say, I understand that kind of a business needing Sunday. I wish you didn't need Sunday. But that's just a personal thing. Nothing that is going to stand in the way of approval or disapproval. It's just a personal desire or personal preference.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay. Chris, could you give me a roll call?
Commissioner Wolf, Commissioner Rexstad,
Aye.
Commissioner Markarian,
Aye.
Commissioner Fellens,
Yes.
Commissioner Brzee,
Yes.
Vice Chair Work,
Aye.
Chair Algauer.
Aye.
Thank
With that, motion carries. Okay,
Looking forward to you being good neighbors. Okay.
do we have any announcements, Ben? Are you gonna drag us back in a couple weeks for another hearing?
We'll be dragging you guys back. Hopefully, we'll have more at City Hall and less on teleconference, but certainly we'll maintain that capability as long as needed and as prudent to do so. I don't believe we have any items for the first meeting of June, but we will certainly have a meeting or the second meeting of June will certainly be scheduled.
Second meeting in June?
So we will have, I'm not sure yet if we'll have the meeting for the first Wednesday of June, but the second normally scheduled meeting, so the third Wednesday of the month, we will have a meeting on that day.
Okay, so we're good till then.
Most likely, yes.
Okay. Okay, with that, any other comments from any commissioners? With that, meeting adjourned.